Brian, let me bring another friend into the conversation. Neama Rahmani is a former federal prosecutor, also president of the West Coast Trial Lawyers. And Neama, I wanted to get your read as well because, I mean, I just love openings and closings. I like the testimony phase and evidence phase, but I really love openings and closings. And as openings go, I feel like Dick Harpootlian just gets it, right? I just think he gets who he was talking to. He gets the South Carolina courtroom. He gets this community, the Low Country. And I feel like he laid out a case that made sense. And his client cried while he described the horrible injuries to his client's son. And to me, that meant a lot. Is it just me because I'm too into trials and maybe the jurors aren't?
No, Ashleigh, it's not just you. The defense has the advantage, and cases are won or lost on opening. And today, the defense won, and this is why. I mean, a lot of the evidence that we were waiting to hear, the Snapchat video, that helps the defense, the lack of blood splatter, of forensic, even the cell site evidence. So I really was hoping that the prosecution would come out strong. I'm a former prosecutor. I think he did it, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's what the prosecution can prove.
It's true. And then there was one weird thing, and maybe, Brian, you can help us understand what happened. You know, you don't like to interrupt openings or closings, and you don't like to do any objections either. There was that, both. There was an objection and an interruption. I'm more interested in the interruption. The judge actually left the courtroom in the middle. I think it was like midway through the prosecutor's opening. Do you have any idea what happened?
Yeah, that is such a good question. And that was one of the #1 questions today I saw on Twitter. We don't know. It seemed like perhaps someone handed him a note. He was gone just for a couple of minutes. I don't think they officially even took a recess. He just said, hold on a minute, left, came back in and started up again. But there were even some lawyers in the courtroom sitting just watching who said they'd never seen that happen ever before.
All right. So, Neama, one of the things I wanted to ask you about, because mood, impression, what feels right, what doesn't feel right is often how a juror will make a decision, right? A gut check. And to that end, both of these attorneys were after that. Number one, because the body cam is going to be played tomorrow, and I can't wait for that. And it's going to show the demeanor of Alex Murdaugh when the police first arrived. And, you know, they're going to suggest, the prosecutors are going to suggest that ain't right. That just ain't right for a guy who just lost his wife and kid, right? Just discovered them dead. But the defense has already said in this courtroom to this jury, you know what? He had just lost his wife and his kids. And these guys show up. The cops show up with a body cam. He's already grabbed a rifle in case the killer's still around. And immediately he feels like they think he did it. He thinks they think right away he's the killer. So how would you act? Is that brilliant, or is that par for the course, the way the defense attorney sort of made sure that they had that in their head before they see the body cam?
Ashleigh, it's really defense lawyering 101. It's a rush to judgment, attack the investigating officers, right? And the defense seems to like that 911 video and that 911 recording and the video because they talked about it a lot during opening. They said, you know, they find Alex Murdaugh, he can't even load his weapon, right? Even though he's an avid hunter. So I think the defense has done a good job painting Alex Murdaugh as a widow or someone who has lost his wife and his oldest son, right? Whereas if you're the prosecution, you want to dirty him up. You want to focus on those financial crimes, show that he's a liar and a cheat. And I don't think they did a good job doing that today because that's their whole motive for this, right? They're saying that Alex did this to gain sympathy and draw attention to a hearing that was just going to happen in a few days, that was going to expose him and subject him to financial ruin.
Yeah, I just thought there was going to be a whole lot more coming, and I didn't get it. I thought there'd be so much more to that motive. You don't have to prove motive, but jurors want it. They want to connect that dot. Okay, I got to leave it there. Brian Entin, thank you. And Neama Rahmani, thank you. I hope you'll come back again. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.